Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Cinderella phenomenon Evermore. You know what we're doing. The birds are freaking having a blast. Anyway, we're just continuing Rods Around in chapter 4, so wherever we left off. I don't remember where we were. It's been a few days. Like, sometimes it's literally I record back-to-back, like 2 parts in a row. Sometimes I can record a couple parts in a row. Sometimes, even if it's a day in between, I forget. And then some days it's like 4 days. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell I was doing. Anyway, I stare at the cakes lined up for today's taste test. Ophelia decided to leave it up to Emmeline and I to choose the best cakes for the ball. So far, I've tasted 3 cakes, but I'm unable to concentrate on the flavors. My mind's on the ball, which takes place in 1 week. And more importantly, Rod's birthday is in 2 days, and I've yet to come up with a gift idea. Okay, so it wasn't his birthday, like right then, like, oh yeah, it's my birthday. What? You're like, we've been dating for years, and I have no idea when your birthday is. Like, did she never... I mean, I get it. Like, some people are like, nah, it's my birthday, I don't want a big fuss. You're like, oh, happy birthday, and you don't do anything, because they don't want you to do anything. Like, okay. It might feel weird, and you feel like an asshole for doing nothing on their birthday, but that's what they want. But, like, did she never ask? Like, I mean, I guess that's not the point. The point is, like, oh, we got to think about his birthday. But it's, like, weird that she was, like, never asked. You've been together for years. Like, knowing it, like, I get when he was, like, your stepbrother, you were like, who gives a shit? I hate him. Because you hated everyone in this family, so you wouldn't have given 2 fucks. Totally get that. But then when you started dating, like, after you weren't like, huh, well, that's right. You have a birthday. I have a birthday. Everyone has a birthday. When's your birthday? Like, now is the time when he said birthday, and she's like, you have a fucking birthday too? Son of a bitch, why didn't I know? Like, it should not have come as a shock to you. I mean, if you had the conversation, birthday, and he was like, I don't talk about birthdays. Okay. You'd still talk about it, though. You'd still be like, okay, yeah, but honey, it's weird that I don't know when your birthday is, and if you don't want to party or anything like that, I won't do it. But, like, I just feel like I should know, so I can at least be like, happy birthday, even though you don't celebrate birthdays, because I just feel like a jerk. People are like, oh, when's your boyfriend's birthday? I don't know. What? Yeah, he doesn't want to tell me. That's a weird conversation to have. I mean, I don't know. Anyway. This chocolate mousse cake is the best so far. What do you think, Spacey? Forgot her voice. Whatever. I nod absently. Chocolate mousse cake. Emmeline leans forward, squinting. I'm not a huge fan of cake. Cookie cakes? Yes. Ice cream cake? Yes. Cupcakes? Fine. Like, and I like the cake part. I think, like, lemon would probably be my favorite now, even though when I was a kid it was always chocolate cake. Even though I didn't like cake. It was ice cream cake, but if you're gonna make me eat a fucking cake, it better be chocolate. But, like, now I'm like, yeah, I don't know, I grew old, and I'm like, I don't like chocolate. Maybe that's why I never liked cake, because I never really liked chocolate that much. I love dark chocolate. But I still don't like, here's a piece of chocolate. No. And, like, seriously, I love peanut butter, and I love peanut butter and chocolate. Like, dark chocolate, like the Dove. I don't know why everybody is like, Reese's Cups! I hate to say this, I don't like Reese's Cups. I like the shapes, because then it's like 90% peanut butter, 10% chocolate, and I can handle that. But I do not like the milk chocolate in Reese's Cups. I do not like fucking milk chocolate. I fucking hate it. Like, I can handle chocolate chips, because those are semi-sweet. They're not freaking milk chocolate is just, I don't like it. Like, I can eat like a Kit Kat because there's more like wafer to chocolate ratio. You know what I mean? Or like you get the Japanese ones and it's like fucking like sandpaper flavored or whatever the fuck. Just like, not really, but they're all sorts of different flavors, so it doesn't like whatever. It's not like us. It's like milk chocolate. No, I don't like milk chocolate. But everybody still thinks like Reese's Cups, and I'm like, I don't like Reese's Cups. I really don't. Like, I love peanut butter, but I don't want a Reese's Cup. I almost want to be like, I hate them. I fucking hate them. But everybody still insists on getting me them, and it's like, oh god. Like, they're gonna go to waste. They're gonna go to fucking waste. I'm not gonna eat them. Unless they're the dark chocolate ones, which they stopped making forever ago. Anyway, chocolate makes me angry. Kind of like corn. I don't know. There's certain things that bother me in life. I don't know, like corn and milk chocolate make me so mad. Like, I can handle some chocolate. I just prefer not to have it. And And like, I like lemon poppy seed muffins. So it's like, oh, a lemon cake? You know what? I would eat a lemon cake. And I don't like cake, but I'd probably eat that. I don't know. If it was an ice cream cake, go fuck yourself. I'll eat it. But again, I still prefer like vanilla ice cream or, I'm sorry, cheesecake ice cream from Cold Stone, thank you, or coffee over chocolate ice cream. Anyway, 20 minutes into this and we're just talking about shit that makes me crazy. Anyway, what? You say that, but you haven't even tasted it yet. I can't do her voice right now. I don't know what's wrong. She gestured towards my fork, still half raised to my mouth. Stops and things, stands there for an hour with the fork in your mouth. Sorry. What's on your mind? Rod's birthday. Oh! I just recently bought my gift for him. Why did he not mention it to me earlier? Why did no one mention it at all? Because you've been fucking him for 2 years and you should know when his birthday is? I hope Emmeline says shit like that. I narrow my eyes at Emmeline, who raises her hands in surrender. I just remembered a few days ago. I always forget. Rod never likes to make a big deal of it. I'm surprised you knew about it. Poor Rod. Like, he doesn't want to make a big deal of his birthday, but his sister's like, I totally forgot when his birthday is too. I feel so bad for him. I get it. He doesn't like making a big fuss about his birthday, but you'd still think people would be like, oh, happy birthday. And remember. Like, I don't know. He brought it up accidentally to me. Emmeline laughs. That sounds like him. So? She leans forward. Do you have any gift ideas? Oh. There's 2 for the best ending. Make a plush toy or what do you recommend? All right, well, hold on a second. Let's save here. I want to do make a plush toy because I like that. Let's ask that. No, you know what? Never mind. Because I'm like, we won't know when it gets to the next point and what we've read and what we haven't. So I'll do the I was thinking I'll do what do you recommend, and then we'll go back and do make a plush toy this way we see both choices. But if I do that, I won't know when it's different. You know, as opposed to if we go down the good ending and I do what do you recommend, I'll see when it goes, this is where you've read to, and then you go back and then you do buy him something to get them. So we'll do that. We'll do it the way we were doing it before. Okay, fine. Sorry. I know how to sew, and I think it best to play to all my strengths. Emmeline claps her hands. Yes! We can add another member to Rod's plush family! Yeah, but this one won't have a personality. Oh my god! We should make a Sebet for Sebi. I wonder if Sebi will become competitive. I'm sure he'll love it. I nod to myself. Thank God he can't move. Could you imagine? I made you a Sebi, what are you doing? Pervert. But we should make Sebi a girlfriend. It's so weird. Alright then. I'll give it a try after we finish these cakes. And Emmeline? Yes? I can trust you to keep this a secret from Rod, yes? Of course. My lips are sealed. I had servants purchase supplies for me when I was tasting cakes. When I returned to my room, everything's waiting for me on my desk. And that's the thing, you can sew, but there's a difference between being able to sew and sewing a stuffed animal. I guess if you're I can basically stitch a straight line, I can't stitch a straight fucking line even with a machine. I can sew with a machine, but I can make stuffed animals because I made a ton of sock monsters thousands of years ago. But that's still oh, it came out weird looking. Well, it's a sock monster. It's not supposed to look. I did used to actually draw them out and then be okay, I'm going to do that and then make them. It's been so long. I really got to get back to doing that. It's just the whipping the sewing machine out to sew them. But a lot of it is okay, stuffing and then hand doing each piece. And you're okay, so I'm just going to sit here, watch TV and sew the mouth. There's so little tongue. I have a little box of here's teeth and tongues. Sounds gross. Then I just stitched a bunch of them with scraps. So it's they're there and I could just pull them out and oh my god. I really need to do that. I could actually sell those. I can't sell any of the jewelry that I make. It doesn't fucking go anywhere. And I give up on it because it's I spend more time and I just have piles of it sitting around my house for no reason. So sock monsters I could definitely sew. Anyway. I hold myself up in my room for hours. My excuse is that I'm studying magic, but really, I spend the whole day working on the plush for Rod. I can't wait to see it. Emmeline helps make the lie more convincing, and no one comes by to check on me. Day fades to deep night, and then... finished. Also, I've done a bunch where you just sew the bodies, and you just sew up a bunch, and then you throw them... So, like, then you just sit there while you're watching TV, and you just stuff them, and then sew the eyes on, and then sew the mouth, and do, like, the additive stuff. So, like, could seriously whip a few out while I'm sitting here watching TV. I needed to do that. It just makes... Now I'm like, ooh, now I really want to do this again. Anyway, I set down my tools and hold up the small plush. Oh my god, it's so cute! Okay, it went by too fast. This is the first time I've ever made something like this, and I struggled with the more intricate stitches, but it doesn't look as bad as I feared. I glanced up and I'm shocked to see that it's midnight. One more day until Rod's birthday. Who knew I'd be able to finish this so quickly? I make my way over to my bed and close my eyes. Sleep comes quickly that night, and it's not long before I fall into darkness. Yeah, because you're exhausted from hunching over someone an animal. The day of Rod's birthday, I ask him to meet me at our special meeting place. I turn when I hear rustling leaves. Did I keep you waiting long? I shake my head. Not at all. I hand Rod my wrapped gift. Happy birthday, Rod. Rod smiles. Aw. Spacey, you really shouldn't have. He takes the gift, eyes widening as he gently tears the wrapping. This is... It's so cute! Look at it! Look at it quick! Oh, it goes away too fast. I just want to stare at it for a while. It's like, here you go. And no, wait for me to click it, Gabe. Wait for me to click. I want to stare at it. It's so cute. I made it myself, in addition to your plush family. Thankfully, this one's not charmed, so you don't have to worry about another plush giving away your secrets. Rod laughs as he holds the bear plush up. His eyes glitter with mirth. Good. I already have one plush toy that talks my ear off. He runs his finger over the stitches, then looks up at me in wonder. This is amazing, Spacey. Thank you. And I like it. He's okay with getting a plush, because it's, like, you know, there's so many dudes that would be like, why the fuck you give me stuffed animals? Like, shut up! Stuffed animals are for everybody. Everybody likes plushies, okay? They're cute. Especially if I handmade it, you're gonna fucking like it. I shrug. And it's not girly, okay? Just FYI. It's not girly to like pink. It's not girly to like glitter. It's not girly to like plushies. And it's not girly to like unicorns. Bro, you be your strong buff self liking fucking unicorns. Glittery pink stuffy unicorns. Have at it. Like, I mean, not gonna lie, if you, like, met a guy and you were like, look, he's this big, buff, brawny dude, and then you went over to his house and he, like, had pink, glittery unicorns everywhere, you'd be, like, a little taken aback. You'd be like, wait, what? But I feel like you'd do that to anybody. Like, even if you went to a friend's house, a girl, right? You go to her house and everything is covered in fucking pink, glittery unicorns, you'd be like, what the fuck? And then you'd be like, okay, that's fine. But, you know, kind of like anybody who comes to my house would be like, holy fucking shit, what the hell? You know, just because I've got so much fucking shit. It's not even like pink it's just everything. Everywhere you look, there's just, it's everything crammed in the nooks and crannies. It's like a fucking hidden object puzzle up in here. Okay, and I like it that way. But it would take anybody aback, you know? You'd be like, whoa, cool. And it's all about after that initial shock of, whoa, lots of pink glittery unicorns, and then being like, so many pink glittery unicorns! And then you'd get excited about it, because, like, I don't know. I guess I just want a man who's okay liking pink glittery unicorns and being like, so what? Yeah, so what if I like fucking kittens and I have fucking kittens everywhere? Not real ones, though. They'd eat my birds, so whatever. I shouldn't be playing this, because I can't focus, so whatever. It was a small thing. You going out of your way to do this for me means a lot. He gently tucks the plushie under his arm. I wonder if carrying it around will make Sebi jealous. I wanted to get back at him for sneaking behind my back. He really was only trying to help you, you know. I know. We should have made the bear a girl, but eyelashes and a little dress on it. So Sebi has a girlfriend. Oh dear, you're so lovely. Shall I take you out to dinner? We shall have tea. Like, it would be an imaginary girlfriend because it wouldn't talk back to him, but it'd be kind of cute. Anyway. I mean, okay, so Sebi's got a boyfriend bear. Whatever. The two of us make our way back to the palace. A small feast awaits us upon our return. I really want to see Sebi's reaction to the bear, though. Ophelia and Emmeline are full of smiles and laughter. Last year, they couldn't celebrate Rod's birthday with him, so they make this celebration as merry as they can. Aww, that's true. Father and I excuse ourselves early so that Rod can enjoy the rest of the day with his mother and sister. Tomorrow's the night of the grand ball, and the palace is bustling with activity as the staff makes last-minute preparations. That's actually cute, because she's like his girlfriend, basically like you're married at this point, but you're like, you don't get to celebrate with your mom and your sister, so I'm going to leave you and let you celebrate with them. That's actually kind of like cute. Because most people would be like, well, you're my boyfriend, so I'm going to hang out with you and be with you, and it's like, let him spend time with his family without you. And I like that she does that. It's nice. More than once, flustered servants nearly bump into me as I'm walking back to my room. I've just gotten out of dance lessons with Rod and I'm eager to relax. I turn a corner and nearly run into someone else again. I'm so sorry! I step back, surprised. Emmeline? Oh, Spacey! Emmeline bends over, reaching for a piece of parchment that apparently fell to the floor during our near collision. I notice a familiar crest embedded onto the letter's stamp. A letter from Brigantia? I eye her curiously. Is that from Claude? Not exactly. It better not be from Claude. Okay, look. Look. I'm okay with her taking Lance, because, like, that's adorable. Don't you touch my fucking Claude. I don't give a crap if we're boning your brother in this route. You don't touch fucking Claude. He's still mine. I will fucking lay the smackdown, whore. He's still my boyfriend. Nobody else gets to date my boyfriends in any other route. They're still mine. It's always so weird when games do that. And I don't know a lot that do. But it's like, you're in love with this character. Like, these are my 5 boyfriends. In no other... I don't care whose route I am in. Those other men do not get to date because they're still my boyfriends. And it's fucking weird. And I know it shouldn't be because it's like, I'm dating Rod. So, like, Claude should be able to go get married and do whatever he wants. No. 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 In the real world, yeah, I don't have any interest in Claude. Whatever, I'm with Rod. I don't... Claude, yeah, he's my good friend. Happy, bro. Go get married. Do whatever. No. In the Otome world, fuck you. He's in my Marin harem. Nobody else gets to touch him. I don't give a shit whose fucking route we're in. I don't care what we're role-playing today, i.e. I'm dating Rod. Claude, you're still in my man harem? Nah. 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 I'm jealous and selfish when I play Otome games, okay? Just don't touch my fucking men. Right? Anyway. I consider the only other person who'd be writing to Emmeline is Prince Lance. Okay, if she's in love with Lance and every other route, it's going to be kind of cute too. Emmeline tells me they get along. I've only spoken to Lance a few times myself. I didn't know he wrote to Emmeline. Lance, then? Emmeline suddenly looks embarrassed. Guilty, even. See, that I'm fine with. And I was literally just thinking, it's kind of sad, because in this route, we're dating Rod, but, like, at least in Claude's route, Emmeline got to date Lance, kinda, and that was cute. And, like, now she's gonna be lonely. She's still dating Lance. Like, I was just thinking it before when we bumped into her, and I was like, oh, you know... I didn't know this was coming. And I wish I had said it, because then it would have been funnier when I read this, but... To you. It's funny to me still, but... You didn't know what I was thinking. But I like that she's, like, still kind of like, oh, that's kind of cute. You're always gonna... Just like Jurian and Garland. Yay! As long as you keep your hands off my fucking man. It's okay. Is there something you'd like to tell me? She fidgets, suddenly looking very nervous. We could talk in my room if you'd like. Yes, let's. I plop myself down on the bed and gesture for Emmeline to sit beside me. So, Prince Lance, do you write to him often? Only about once every month. Is this a secret? Oh, not at all. I just figured no one would care. Lance and I were discussing mundane things over letters, like marriage and children, and, like, mundane things like... everything from palace life to history. Lance told me he wanted to learn more about Angeal when he last visited, so he suggested exchanging letters. He's been hitting on her every time he comes here. It's so cute. You remember when the Brigantian royal family visited a year ago to thank you for dispelling Claude's curse? I do remember. It was nearly a year after I dispelled Claude's curse. That was the last time he and his family visited, and when Claude first brought up the dance instructor position to Rod. So, you've been exchanging letters for a while now. Emmeline smiles sheepishly. Oh my god, so cute. Yes, it's never been a secret, but I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier. No apologies necessary. You don't need to tell me everything, you know. I know, but you've been so honest with me. Oh, I will not say no to detail. I was like, you know what it is? It's so hard with the will not, the proper typing, because nobody speaks like this. The weirdest thing sometimes in games. Like, I get it when it's translated, but when it was like, it's like, I will not say no to details now if you would like to share them. I feel like I have to read it with a proper accent because nobody says will not. They're like, you will not do this. Yes. But like, so it always throws me off because I'm like, I have to read it and then be like, okay, now I got to speak it naturally because I will not say no to detail. It just sounds stilted. Anyway. Emmeline's always been a good listener and great at giving advice. The least I can do is try to repay the favor. There's not much to share. Your face says otherwise. Emmeline puts her hands to her cheeks with a sigh. I've already told you the gist of it, but recently Lance has mentioned he'd like to spend time together. He even mentioned... courting you? Emmeline huffs out a soft, nervous laugh. Not exactly in those words, but yes. He'll be here for tomorrow's ball, but I don't want him to ask Father for permission then. Why not? It seems a perfect an opportunity as any. Because this ball is for you, and because Rod... She freezes. Rod's gonna propose, is what she was gonna say. Because Rod... What? It's nothing. Just ignore me. He's totally gonna fucking propose. Come on. This wouldn't happen to be that surprise everyone keeps mentioning, would it? You'll see. Anyway, this is a celebration for you and Rod. Whatever might happen between Lance and I in the future, it can wait. Sweetie, it's okay to ask. It's okay to ask. Like, especially, like, I get what she's saying. And it's totally cool. She's like, no, it can wait. Like, because this is about you. She's being, like, kind and considerate. And then this is where we go, seriously, girl, if you want to date Lance, totally do it. I don't care if it's at the ball. Like, you're not stealing my thunder. It's fine. Because you can ask him, ask the king, do that. It doesn't have to be, like, announced. And it's not like you're going to, like, now it's a ball for you. Fuck Spacey. Get out of here. You know what I mean? It's like, yep, he said yes. Like, you're not really stealing my thunder unless you take everyone's attention. Oh my God, we're dating now. I know they just got married, but, like, whatever. We're dating now. Like, yeah, you don't get engaged at someone else's wedding because that's a big thing. But, like, this is a ball for us, and it might be an engagement party. Shh, we don't know about it, but it's totally okay if behind the scenes you go and, like, look, if you want to ask Father if you and Lance can, like, court and you want to do that, that's cool, because it's not like it's happening in public and you're making the whole ball about that incident. You know what I'm saying? You're, like, going to be like, hey, so can I date your daughter? Cool. All right. And then that's it. You two waited after all, and now you finally get to have your happily ever after. Happily ever after? We still have problems to work out, but we are getting there, step by step. Anyway, please don't tell Rod I mentioned anything. We're so close to the ball, too. I won't say a word. Emmeline sighs with relief. Thank you. So about Lance. I laugh when Emmeline blushes. Have you told anyone else about this? Father obviously doesn't know, but what about Ophelia and Rod? I told Mother, but Rod... It's so funny that she calls our dad Father, but we call her Mother Ophelia. I guess we're just not comfortable. We're like, she's Ophelia, she's not my mom. You know? And then she's like, Father! It's not really your father. Okay. I've been trying to find the right time. Rod can be, very overprotective. One time a suitor sent me flowers, and Rod trailed him back to his home and bombarded him with questions. Isn't that harassment? He's always been that way. He's so stressed now, I'd rather he not have to worry about my relationship with anyone. So I'm keeping it a secret for now. Like sister, like brother. But I wonder, is this the right thing to do? I think you should tell him. You think? Don't let our relationship stop you from pursuing yours. Rod wouldn't want that. Besides, Rod stayed in Brigantia for a year. He knows Prince Lance. When he told me about his time in Brigantia, he even sounded like he respected him. Oh, that's a relief. Emmeline looks thoughtful for a few moments as she considers. You're right. We're not children anymore. And truly, I'm terrible at keeping secrets anyway. I smile. I'm happy for you, Emmeline. I am too, because is that from Claude? No, it better not be. It's from Lance. Oh, girl, I'm so happy for you. Oh, let's plan the wedding now. It's from Claude. Fuck you, I'll kill you. It's one end of the spectrum to the other. There's no in between here. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for not touching Claude. Emmeline and Claude would be like the weirdest fucking combination. Like, I don't think he could handle her. Like, because she's too sweet and nice and soft. He'd be like, the fuck is happening here? He needs someone that can be like, he needs us, right? Like, Emmeline and I don't think, she couldn't handle him, and I don't know if he would be able to stand her. Like, she's a nice person, but I don't think he could stand dating her. I just don't think it would work. It's like the weirdest fucking combination. Again, don't touch my fucking men. Regardless of when Lance asks the king for permission to court you, at least you'll get to see him tomorrow for the ball. And here I thought Emmeline was disinterested in all of her suitors, but there was a man all this time she was interested in. Emmeline flushes and nods. I'm looking forward to seeing him again. I grin, and peppering him with questions to make sure he's worthy of you. Spacey! Not you too! I laugh when Emmeline nudges my shoulder. The two of us continue speaking well into the night. So cute. Emmeline doesn't hint at what tomorrow's surprise is, but I no longer wonder. Whatever it is, I am excited for it. I mean, chapter 5, maybe? Yeah, is the ball. Time for this. Betrothed. Okay, well, they ruin it! They ruin it for you! Like, I mean, okay, here's the thing. Oh my god, it's a secret. Oh my god, he's finally asking to court you. Oh my god, we can't tell you. We're so getting fucking engaged at this ball. I'm not stupid. But then they throw out their chapter 5 betrothed, and you're like, well, now I absolutely know. Like, and it, like, now you ruined the surprise. I mean, I already knew what the surprise was. I ruined it for myself, and that's one thing, game. Don't fucking ruin it for me. Should have been like, surprise or something, or like, something. I mean, don't. Like, come on. Now if it doesn't happen, it's going to be like, game, you lied. Anyway, tonight's the night of the ball. I sit alone in front of my mirror, staring at my reflection. It's been a long time since I dressed up like this. Usually, when I must show my face at a ball as the crown princess, I don't put so much effort into my appearance. Not when I'm likely to excuse myself early. But tonight, things are different. Tonight, people will actually be expecting me. In fact, they're waiting for me to arrive. The thought makes me nervous. Oh, good, I was like, if they put her in the same damn dress that she's always in, but, like, they actually changed even her little, like, her little spritey thing over here. Cute. I'll never like being the center of attention. A knock startles me from my thoughts. It's me. Can I come in? You may. And he comes in wearing the same damn thing. Rod steps inside. The minute he sees me, his eyes widen and his mouth falls open. Has no one told you it's rude to stare? Rod turns away, cheeks flushed. Sorry, you just look so... He takes a deep breath as he approaches. You look radiant. His voice is so tender, his words so soft that it makes my heart flutter. Thank you. I clear my throat. What are you doing here? I had something I wanted to talk with you about before the ball. It's about Prince Lance. Em told me about the two of them. As I suspected. Rod leans against the wall, suddenly looking put out. She told me she only waited to tell me because she was worried I'd drive him away. Didn't you do such things in the past? Rod sighs. So she did talk to you. Rod runs a hand through his hair and grumbles. I can't help being protective of Em. She's got a good heart and I don't want anyone taking advantage of it. Of her. Emmeline's lucky to have you as a brother. I'm even luckier to have her as a sister. Rod looks at me. I imagine you played some role in convincing Em to tell me. Thank you. I'm glad she confided in you. And I'm glad you didn't respond melodramatically. Hello, melodramatics is the Claude thing to do, thank you. Me? Melodramatic? You must be thinking of Prince Claude. I know I, clicked it, but I was saying it before I was even looking at the screen, but exactly. Rod shakes his head. Rod's just overprotective. And a little psychotic if he's going to chase a dude down. Besides, I spent a year with Prince Lance. I know he's a good man. I trust him to treat Em the way she deserves to be treated. He actually is a good boy. We know this. He must be good if he has your seal of approval. Rod coughs, cheeks flushed. Anyway, about the ball. Rod extends a hand to me. It's starting soon, and I'd be humbled to lead you there. I grasp Rod's hand, marveling at the solid warmth of it. All I want is to spend every day hand in hand with him, doing things together, bantering together. And I feel, somehow, that this ball will bring us one step closer. Yes, it will. I wouldn't have it any other way. Rod kisses my hand one last time, then tucks it into the crook of his arm as we make our way to the throne room. Sorry, my throat is just so dry and scratchy right now. All eyes immediately fall on us when we're announced upon our entrance. There's applause, followed by appraising murmurs. I glance at Rod out of the corner of my eye and notice how stiff he is. I can sympathize. I lean in toward him and whisper. Or not. Are you all right? You know me. I've never liked crowds. I smile. And yet, you're a dancer who performs in front of them all the time. Maybe, but I'm not here as a dancer. I'm here as your lover. He looks so embarrassed when he says the word, but it is an embarrassment that stems from his feelings of unworthiness. I place my hand over his arm and smile gently. I, for one, can't be happier everyone's seeing us together tonight. I want every day to be like this. Me and you, together. Rod flushes. Spacey, I'm assuming this is Claude. Ah, if it isn't the most majestic ice princess. Yeah. I missed you! I love him, he's so beautiful. I recognize the voice immediately. Sure enough, when I look up, Claude is striding toward us with a bright grin on his face. It's been too long, Spacey. No, it hasn't, thank God. It's been too long. I know, it's been days. It has, hasn't it? Hello, Claude. I am sad you haven't come to visit us yet. You know I can't, not with the Tenebrarum here. As the Tenebrarum bearer, I must stay close to the crystallum. Perhaps someday in the future I can master my control over it enough to leave. But for now, I must remain. That would be me. I can't leave my house, the Tenebrarum. Like, I gotta... like, right now, everyone's like, you wanted... COVID, can't leave my house. I can't do it. Nope, can't. God, you know... It's so nice. Because I don't like leaving my house. So. Such responsibilities are a heavy burden. All you ever do is shrug off your responsibilities. Rod, I'm insulted! You're always hiding in the garden or wandering around. Doing very important things. Do you know how many people we entertain in that garden? Its upkeep is vital, and the town visits are my way of getting to know my future subjects. Whatever you say. It's really funny because, like, in his route, he was actually, like, yes, he was actually very good at, like, being kingly, you know what I mean? And being responsible. He may not like it, but... I coughed strategically to break apart their conversation. Are the Brigantian king and queen here tonight? No, unfortunately. And they were too busy with foreign dignitaries to attend. A llama and I are here on their behalf. I don't know why I can't read any of that. Just, like, stumble through all that. Just whatever. Llama? I'd appreciate it if you called me by my name, Claude. A man suddenly stands behind Claude. The similarities between he and Claude are striking. I can never forget his face. Hello, Prince Lance. It's a pleasure to see you again. The pleasure's all mine, Princess Spacey. Glittering! Wait, I'm sorry. I'm gonna need that from Claude. You know what? You can't. Claude, please don't glitter at me, because then it's gonna be like, Rod, get out of my way. Moving on with Claude. He turns to Rod. And it's great to see you in such wonderful company. Hello again, Rod. I had no idea you were courting the princess. What a pleasant surprise this is. Wow, we kept that a secret? Emmeline kept that a secret from you? Girl needs a fucking cookie. Claude smirks. I'm glad to know there's a reason for the trail of broken hearts you left behind in Brigantia. Rod suddenly looks extremely uncomfortable. It's okay. I already know about that. Wait, you do? Sebi told us. Rod groans. And this is why I can't bring him anywhere. Claude grins. Rod was very popular. I heard musicians singing songs about him when I was last in town. Rod looks horrified. What? Claude nudges his brother. Enough of your tall tales, Llama. It's not a tall tale. You're just disappointed they're no longer singing about that chameleon Prince song. Karma Chameleon? Okay, I'm sorry, but if every fucking round has a fucking Culture Club reference, I might die. I forgot so much about that in the first game, and I'm just really glad that that's the memory I remember that came back to me. It's like, oh god, right! Right, oh god. Nonsense! They glare at each other, and now I'm singing Karma Chameleon in the back of my head. That's alright, wow. I clear my throat. Thank you both for taking care of Rod while he was in Brigantia. The brothers paused to smile at me. Of course, it was our pleasure. Oh, Claude, now they're both glittering! Rod, you can't hold a candle to Claude, I'm sorry. I echo the sentiment. I do what I can to assist with matters of the heart. We were lucky to have Rod, and Rod's lucky to have you, Princess Spacey. You're right. Such a douche move. I love it. Rod taught me what goodness was in a way no one else ever could. He helped me break my curse. He went to Brigantia for me. Claude sighs. And here I thought he went because he thought my invitation was enticing. Lance sighs. I caution anyone against accepting one of your invitations. Ever. I'll accept all your invitations, Claude. We were having such a pleasant conversation before you showed up, Llama. And I was having such a pleasant time before I overheard you throwing that nickname around. Rod leans close to whisper in my ear as the brothers bicker. Everything you said, you know I feel the same way, right? Without you, I'd never have broken my curse. Without you, I might have died. Then, we saved each other. I could feel Rod's smile against my ear. It sounds like we were meant to be together. Rod plants a soft kiss on my temple. When he pulls away, I notice Claude smiling at us. How delightful it is to watch two people in love fawning over each other. Especially when those people are good people. You two. Spacey! I turn to see Emmeline walking straight toward us. She's Spacey! But she's staring at Lance and making a beeline. I've been looking all over for you. There he is. Look, Lance is glittering at her. She freezes when she sees the brothers. She immediately curtsies. She sees me, but you don't see these fucking motherfuckers? Like, how do you miss Claude? How do you, like, I'm sorry, but you walk in a ball and you'd be like, look at all the, oh my god, look at that one. Like, your eyes would go straight to him and not any of the goddamn gorgeous ball gowns that are probably in this room. You'd be like, I'm gonna look at all the beautiful ball gowns on all the ladies, because they would look like extra, but your eyes would be like, boop, Claude, hi, what the hell? That's the most beautiful thing I've seen in this room today. It's Claude, for fuck's sake. He glitters! He is glitter! I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were in the middle of a conversation. Like, girl, there's like... She noticed. She just wanted to see Lance. No apologies necessary, Princess Emmeline. It's a pleasure to see you again. He glances at Lance, who's beaming unabashedly at Emmeline. I'll just make myself scarce. He gestures into the crowds. I could have sworn I passed by Lady Parfait and Lady Delora. I ought to go catch up. Claude excuses himself with a bow and a wink. Lance sighs awkwardly. Typical karma. The smile returns when he turns to Emmeline. Good evening, Princess Emmeline. It's so good to see you in person after all this time. You look beautiful tonight. Emmeline flushes as she smiles back. Thank you. You look very handsome yourself. Rod's like, this is awkward. Rod, don't glare at them. Lance, can we speak in private? Rod glances around the crowded ballroom. Or, more privately at least. Lance looks unfazed. Of course. Princess Emmeline, Princess Spacey, I'll catch up with you later. Be nice! With a bow, Lance excuses himself, and he and Rod walk off together. I'm wondering if maybe I shouldn't have told Rod after all. I shake my head. Rod already told me he trusts Prince Lance. I wouldn't worry. Oh, he mentioned this to you? Briefly. Rod's glad you told him, Emmeline. Emmeline sighs. I could never hide anything from Rod for long. She eyes the men as they disappear into the crowds. I really hope he doesn't do anything to scare Lance off. While we talk, something suddenly occurs to me. Did you come all this way looking for Lance? Oh, no! I came to tell you I'd seen Lady Parfait and the rest of the Marchand goers. Claude mentioned seeing them in passing, too. They must be somewhere nearby. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, no, she was like, oh, no, she's like, I have to go see Spacey, but if they ask me why, I have to... Oh, look! There's Punch! At the ball! I came to tell you there's Punch! At the ball. Uh-huh! Yeah. Like, of course. I'll be with, Viorica and Decimond. Try not to worry about Prince Lance. Everything will be fine. Fine. Wow. I hope so. Thank you, Spacey. We parted ways. I head in the direction Claude was moving earlier, and sure enough, I see familiar faces from the Marchand. Claude stands amongst them. I smile as I approach. I'm glad to see you all could make it. Spacey, how lovely to see you. Oh, we could never miss a celebration like this, especially when the Grump invited us himself. Grump? She must be talking about Rod. I was unaware he sent these invitations himself. Chevalier steps forward, sweeping into an overdramatic bow, because he's quite overdramatic. Claude has this version of Lupin, and Chevalier has this version. I am so happy. They basically have the same point. Look at me. You look stunning in that dress, Spacey. Like a queen. I hope it at least sounds somewhat different to you. It sounds somewhat different to me, but like, you know your voice when you, like, are talking, and then you hear it recorded, and you're like, the fuck is that train wreck? That's how I feel about my voice. Like, so sometimes I think, like, I'm doing this voice, and then when I hear it back, I'm like, that sounds nothing like what I was doing in my head. I try not to listen to myself, though. I hate the sound of my voice. Anyway. Your flattery is, as always, overbearing. It's a simple compliment, Your Royal Highness. Claude and Chevalier are smiling at each other, but there's a palpable tension in the air, especially because they have the same voice. It's good to know some things will never change. A soft laugh cuts through the banter. Anise steps out and curtsies. Thank you so much for the invite, Princess Spacey. She looks wonderstruck, her eyes gleaming in a way I've never seen before. It occurs to me that this is the first time she's probably been back at the palace since I rudely fired her. She spins around, a bright smile on her face. And this is all so very much like a dream. It's good to see her so happy. It's good to see everyone so happy. The only people who are missing from the usual crowd are... Lady Parfait. As if I've summoned the knights by thought alone, Jurian and Garland approach with bright smiles. Jurian! Garland! It's been too long! About that, I'm sorry we haven't been by. We've had many new recruits. And many more training sessions, I'm sure. We've heard all about it. Garland smiles. It's been very busy around here, even more so with the ball preparations. Someday soon, when things have calmed down, we'll visit again. Jurian always talks about how much she misses your casserole, Anise. It's not just the casserole, it's all of the food. Your cooking is exquisite, Anise. You have no idea how much that compliment means to me, Lady Jurian. While the knights reminisce over their meals we shared together, Delora turns to me, eyebrows raised. I can't believe we're talking about the good old days without the Grump. What's he up to now? He's discussing something personal with Prince Lance. Claude snorts. Personal? I hope Rod makes Llama squirm. Llama? Lance. Thankfully, the topic of our conversation shifts after that, as we begin discussing current happenings. The witches talk about the youth they've been training, Anise mentions she's begun working out of Chevalier's clinic, and Claude talks at length about Brigantian politics no one cares about. Rod's like, you should take your shit seriously! And now he's talking about shit and everyone's like, we don't care. Claude's like, but the one time I do! An hour passes and eventually I excuse myself to go look for Rod. What in the world is taking Rod so long? I I'm making my way through the crowd when two noblewomen call out to me. Editing Spacey here. I'm sorry to have to say this, but a lot of the last 15 plus minutes of this is going to be janky as fuck because I have no idea what happened. Thank God it happened at the very end of the video, so I kind of went back. But the audio was not just like garbled and staticky. It literally sounds like aliens are fucking trying to communicate through the fucking sound. It's all garbled, static. There's just nothing, and it literally sounds like you're trying to tune a radio. No idea what the fuck happened. So I'm going to try to overdub the worst parts, cutting out the audio, putting it in. There is a couple of parts in between from here toward the end where you get a little bit of the static and the grumbling, but you can still understand me. I just don't want to have to redub the whole entire last 15 minutes. I'm trying to just do what I can. So really sorry. It's probably going to be janky. I'm going to be trying to like quickly jump in and say things and read it fast as I did it before, but just wanted to let you know because it is complete and utter shit. You'll hear it in a couple parts where I just left. I'm like, you can still hear me. It's a little staticky, whatever. It's fine. It was like 10 times worse. There were points where you couldn't hear my voice at all, and it literally sounds like someone trying to tune a radio. Don't fucking know, but anyway, we're going to jump back in, and now from here on out for the last 15 minutes will just be like a clusterfuck. So sorry about that, but anyway, such is life. Good evening, Your Highness. They curtsy. We came to thank you for the invitation. This gathering has been lovely. I'm glad to hear it. There's a brief silence as the two ladies glance at each other, and then...
Forgive our curiosity, but might we inquire about your beau?
I can't help but be curious. I hear he was a commoner who built a reputation for himself from the ground up.
How admirable! Princess Spacey, do you mind if I ask you a question?
Yes?
Before Sir Rod, no one else caught your fancy, yes? So it goes without saying that there's something special about Sir Rod. What is it
that attracted you to him? Jesus Christ. Their curiosity seems harmless enough, but I'm nonetheless caught off guard by their questions. What drew me to Rod? He's a good dancer, he's caring, he's hardworking, and we're going to choose the right answer depending on the thing. I don't fucking remember. It was hardworking, I guess? Okay. I've never met someone who works as hard as him. He works tirelessly for those he loves. Rod let nothing stand in his way. He's stubborn, true, but his dedication is admirable. He inspires me every moment of every day. The First Lady sighs, almost dreamily. Yours sounds like a match made in heaven.
Truly, I am a little envious.
I am very envious. My heart swells with pride. It's good to hear them say those words. It's proof that others really do see Rod as competent and, as he would put it, worthy. I'm very lucky to have him in my life. I part ways with the women. In my search for Rod, I draw closer to the throne where Father sits. Some emotions I don't understand flicker across his face as he beckons me forward. Okay, so we're about to get back into where the original sound was, so it's going to be a little janky for a few minutes. Ophelia sits beside Father, a soft smile on her face. She has to sit on the floor, though, if you notice there's only one throne. You wanted to see me? Indeed. I believe a speech is in order. My heart hitches. Father, I'd rather not... This is a speech you'll want to hear, Spacey. That did not do her voice right, but whatever. Father holds up a hand, a signal that causes the musicians to stop playing. The quiet settles quickly. Oh my god, this is it. This is the moment. This is when it's happening. My father clears his throat. First of all, I would like to thank you all for being here tonight. We've had much to celebrate during these peaceful years, but tonight we're here to celebrate someone who's very special to me. Rod? What? Tonight, we're here to celebrate my daughter. I fight the urge to duck behind the throne as Father gestures me forward. I take a deep breath as I move to stand beside him. It's been 2 years since my daughter, Spacey Riella Britton, became the Tenebrarum bearer. I hope I said her name right, but it doesn't matter. She's already accomplished much in these 2 years. I mean, Britton is. It's because of her we know this current peace. Tonight, we celebrate her hard work. There's more applause. I fight to keep my expression calm as my heart flutters. But it's not just nerves sitting in the pit of my stomach. There's also warmth, pride. Father holds up a hand, quieting the chamber. But that's not the only reason we celebrate tonight. Ah! The crescendo in the music. My father offers only a soft, knowing smile before gesturing into the crowd. Every single one of these fucking songs is like copyrighted, though. It's kind of a pain in my ass. I want to turn the music off, but then it's like, then there's nothing in the background, but every single one of them. Oh my god. As if on some silent cue, the crowds part, revealing Rod, who approaches the throne quietly. Rod? His name is a whisper on my lips. The room is so silent I can hear Rod take a deep breath. Princess Spacey. Despite the calmness of his expression, his voice is shaky. Can't believe this is the moment! Oh, live vicariously. I love you with all my heart, Spacey. The words, proclaimed so confidently in front of so many people, caused tears to form in my eyes. My biggest wish is to spend the rest of my days with you, to give you everything you could ever want. And I hope, with all my heart, that you'll give me that honor. Because, like, he said, spend all my days with you, that counts. Oh, and that's our CG! It's so cute! Look, you still can't hold a candle to Claude, but I'll give you props. Like, he's still a good route. I don't dislike Rod, but he's, like, probably my least favorite. But it's still a good story. Rod pulls a small box out of his pocket, and my heart skips a beat when he kneels in front of me. Could you imagine if you were like, no, I don't think I'm ready for that. At a ball? Don't do it in public, kids. Vaguely, I'm aware of gasps and whispers from the crowd, but the sound of my own nervous heartbeat is loudest. Rod opens the box, revealing a ring with a beautiful golden stone in the center. Okay, don't propose in public unless you absolutely know you've talked about it before and you're like, so when I propose to you, I'm totally going to do it in public. You're like, all right, cool, embarrass the fuck out of me. You go for that. And you know for a fact they're going to say yes and they're okay with it. Because otherwise it's kind of like extortion. You're like, hey, you want to marry me? And that person's like, I feel like I have to say yes because all these people are like, oh, so cute. And you're like, no. And then you make me look like an asshole. So just, just be sure I'm going to say yes as long as This is too sudden. I'm just kidding. Princess Spacey Rayella Britton, daughter of King Gennaro Britton III. Will you do me the honor of becoming my wife? Despite my best efforts, tears slide down my cheeks as I smile. I know inside I feel the same. It would be my honor. As Rod stands to slide the ring onto my finger, I'm so filled with joy I feel buoyant. And everybody knew but... Well, I knew. We all knew. Whatever. Everybody knew but her, but we knew. I throw my arms around him and bury my face into the crook of his neck as the audience cheers. I barely hear the sound. My focus is on Rod's hands resting on the small of my back. I love you, Rod. I love you too, Spacey. A toast for my daughter and her fiancé! The music starts again, the triumphant notes filling the ballroom. I'm relieved when slowly but surely the crowd's eyes fall away from us. It's kind of funny though, because like we've been dating for like 2 years in secret, but it's finally like he comes a couple of days. It's been like a week or two, right? Like, let's just say he comes and then he's like, okay. And and he's like, I'm going to ask her to marry me. And the dad's like, cool, awesome. Hey, I finally asked your dad if I can court you publicly, even though we've been doing it in a secret. And he's like, awesome. And then everyone in town's like, oh, so she's got a boyfriend? Cool. And then they go to a ball. Now they're getting married. That was fast. It's not fast. We've been hiding in secret for years. But it's so funny. Anyway. Yeah, we were right of that. I pull away from Rod as my father steps forward. Leave room for Gennaro! Before I can react, he pulls me into a tight embrace, rips you away from Rod. Leave room for Gennaro, seriously. I'm the Jesus here. Congratulations, Spacey. I'm shocked to see tears shimmering in his eyes. See, that's why he was like, I'm giving away my baby. Again, we're never leaving this castle, Dad. I know, but it's just... That's why I'm crying. My father chuckles softly at my expression of wonder. Even us hardened old men can be sentimental. I'll have you know he's been teary-eyed for days. My father gives Ophelia a look and she smiles back, her own eyes glossy with tears. They didn't get that emotional in Claude's route. He's like, what? But like, it's okay when it's Rod, it's different. The sight makes my heart full. I feel like, if you think about it in Rod's route, Rod gave up his whole entire life. He gave up his family. He gave up being a prince, like my stepbrother. to make a name for himself to be worthy of me. So even though, yes, his family and our dad, like, we remember this little group of people, it's still like, if you think about, like, so in Gennaro's eyes, it's like, yes, Claude is a prince. My daughter's a princess. He'll be the king. Cool. Like, that's the way, like, you would think, royalty marries royalty, whatever. Claude, yes, gave up being his own king to his own country, the way he should have been, to come here. But Rod gave up his family. Claude can still see his family. Rod has to pretend like, hey, it's my mom and dad-in-law and my sister-in-law, even though they're actually my mom and my sister, but I can't tell anyone that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, everybody still remembers him, but it's still like you gave up having everybody know that this is your mom and sister, and they basically have to keep it secret, you know, to be able to prove that he's worthy. Like, I mean, I think he put a little bit more effort in than Claude, no offense. Because Claude was raised to be a king. So, Claude's gotta step up. Like, he's gotta step up compared to Rod. You know what I mean? But, like, I still love Claude more, don't get me wrong, because he glitters, and I love the fabulous ones, but, you know, I think that's why Gennaro didn't get us teary-eyed. He's like, yeah, Claude, you were raised to be a king, and, like, fucking Rod gave up his whole family. Whatever. Anyway, the sight makes my heart full. How long have you both known about this? For a while. Rod had to ask me for permission for your hand, after all. There was much pondering over when to make the official announcement. I thought the ball might be a good opportunity. What if I said no? Ophelia is ever the thoughtful planner. It was a good idea, I admit, even if doing that in front of all those people was terrifying. Rod rubs the back of his neck, cheeks flushed. Thank the gods I don't have to do something like it again. Oh? Ruling requires addressing crowds quite often. He's like, I'm just gonna be the crowned prince. I'm not gonna be the fucking king in name, not in duty. Rod groans. I'd prefer to take this one step at a time. Very, very slowly. Well then, it's a good thing we're both very patient. We all chuckle. Rod beams at me. That's the point where in a sitcom you would all chuckle. He points over my shoulder. I don't realize why until someone grabs me from behind and pulls me into a tight hug. Emmeline? Congratulations, Spacey! I'm so happy for you and Sebby. Congratulations! I pull away with a laugh. Emmeline's practically bouncing on her heels, with Sebby perched on her shoulder. Thank you, Emmeline. Sebby? Phew! Glad I made it in time to see that proposal. I told you I'd come back for you, Sebby. So that surprise you both mentioned. Emmeline laughs. It was hard to keep the secret. The day Rod showed me the ring in the throne room and you came in. I told you she was hiding the ring. She would like put some behind her back. I was like sneaking out. I'm like, she's hiding the fucking ring. She shakes her head. I was so nervous I was going to give it away. So that thing you were hiding behind your back was the ring? Rod smiles. Emmeline was so nervous she took it out of the room with her. She almost ruined the surprise. But I didn't. Sebby coughs. So now that the secret's out of the bag, are you going to start taking me places again, Rod? Maybe. Maybe. I'm the one who fixed things between you two, you know. Don't worry, Sebby. You can come spend days with me if you like. Sebby sighs. You're not going back to Viorac's anytime soon, are you? Because my cheeks still hurt. The music in the ballroom changes, going from a soft melody to a lively waltz. I recognize it immediately. Rod's eyes light up. I know the song is for a Brigantian waltz. His eyes are glimmering when he turns to me. May I have this dance, Spacey? He looks so hopeful, so excited. It's been a long time since he looked so carefree. I grasp his hand with a grin. Of course. Rod pulls me gently toward the ballroom floor, and the two of us effortlessly fall into the dance routine he taught me. For a time, the two of us are lost in each other's movements. I let Rod lead me through twirl after twirl and match each of his movements perfectly. Rod grins. You've really improved. Improved? If you were to challenge me right now, I would win. Oh? His fingers settle on my hips. I stumble at the abrupt movement, nearly falling into his chest as he laughs. I would challenge you right now, but I wouldn't want to embarrass you in front of everyone. I stomp my foot down close to his instep. Rod steps away with a smirk. Next time we're alone in here, I'll challenge you, and I will win. Rod laughs. That's it. That's the spirit I fell in love with. Rod pulls me into another underarm twirl. I glance around during the turn and notice Prince Lance and Emmeline dancing not too far from us. Rod sees me looking and raises an eyebrow. You never did tell me how your talk with Prince Lance went. Rod shrugs. It was fine. That's all you have to say? Well, I only really wanted to make sure he was serious about courting my sister. And? He said he was, as expected. As far as I'm concerned, I didn't need to ask anything else. I know Prince Lance, and I trust him to treat Emmeline courteously. The music picks up in tempo and our conversation dwindles as we again focus on our dancing. Later, Rod and I make our rounds around the throne room, accepting congratulations from everyone. The last people we see that night are the tavern goers, who offer us the most heartfelt well wishes. Time passes swiftly, and before we know it, the clock strikes midnight. And I'm pretty sure this is where I end it, so okay. I am so sorry that I had to overdub. I hope it's not too jarring and obnoxious for the last 15 minutes. I'm really hoping the next part isn't fucked up like this, or I'm just gonna have to re-record it again. And holy shit. Yeah, I think it's because I put my mic on at 100% in another game that we were playing, and I think that kind of fucked it all up. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to wrap this up here. I'm so sorry about that. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more, hopefully with better sound.